Well, hello guys, hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Today we're just going to go straight into it, okay? We're going to look at, does Harry spend, large periods of time from home? I mean, there's all sorts of conflicts there when I think about it, okay? So we'll go through with it because it's not the usual behaviour for somebody with Meghan's disposition, shall we say. So let's have a look. So is it true, excuse me, I've hurt my arm. Is it true that Harry stays away from home on a frequent basis? Oh, yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. And do you know why? Because of her. There's our Meghan, okay? Queen of Swords reverse. Always her. Sometimes as the comes up as the Queen of Wands, when she's going to do like an Ellen speech or an Oprah or archetypes, it can show us that as well. It's quite kind of my acting card. Especially with the Six of Wands next to it. So yes, he does, I think she kicks him out as well. I do think she kicks him out, tells him where to go, maybe, makes him sleep in his car, or maybe even, he goes to check in a hotel. Shall we ask? I think we should. Where does Harry actually go to when Meghan, when he can't cope with her anymore? Now, this does happen, okay, because you can still be, like, needy together and lovey-dovey, and then all of a sudden, which is where Meghan's personality comes in, she's the one that feels rejected and can't take the word no. No point, if she asks you a question, you haven't got a choice, okay? You're going to have to say yes. Funnily enough, that's what I say to my husband as well sometimes, you don't have a choice, it's yes, you're going to do it and that's it, stop moaning about it. So obviously they're not as frightful as Meghan going off on one, so yeah, he does storm off. Where does he go to? Right, so I think he's wasting time. So maybe he'll actually sit outside, or he goes in his car, or he'll go and do something. I mean, getting kicked out can happen at all times of the day with her. It can be any times. Okay, so when this does blow up, it is best for him to leave because he's quite fiery as well, and no doubt, he wants to have a go back, or even it's a back, which I don't know about your relationship, okay, and I'm not for domestic violence, but I'll tell you now, if I went to crack my husband, I would expect him to hit me back. We're equal in everything, I mean, certainly we don't have the right to do that to each other, but if that was the case, I would expect it. And I'll tell you something else as well, going on, somebody that I know, my family member, I remember when, their partner retaliated only once, but I'll tell you now, they never did it again. So if you were like, in this case, I'm not talking anywhere else. I know there's violence in relationships and, and it's awful, okay? But what I'm talking about, just like one-off situations that things get out of hand and heated. I mean, I once slapped my husband across the face, and I didn't even mean to. It just happened. He was goading me, having a finger, in my face, and I slapped him, and then I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was so sorry." But I didn't even... There was no thought there. It was automatic, okay? So, we're not in the violent offenders group here. So, but, I'm talking how this relationship is working between Meghan and Harry. And then what he does is he thinks, well, he's got used to it now, He's got used to it. He's acclimatised. So he thinks, she'll have me back in the morning. She'll text me or ring me. He's just gonna, I don't know if he goes to a friend's that's close by in the short term. Okay, because I'm not getting work here. No. I'm getting, feeling sorry for yourself with some pals. Okay, so I think he goes nearby because I'd like to say as well, he'll go for a run on a night. He'll go for a run. He does enjoy running. So yeah, I can see him, and I can see that when it's dark. So I don't know what time that is when it starts getting dark, just after, the first sort of like thing of it. And I see him running up a hill. There's like weeds, grass, long grasses either side, but I don't see any more than that. I just see him, and with his hat on, a grey t-shirt, maybe over something warmer, so like a baseball cap. And then he knows there's nothing he can do now to come back at her. He's not going to beg her. He's not going to keep banging on the door. He's not going to say, security, let me in, He's not going to do any of that. He just goes and waits for it to calm down. Let's have a look. How often is this? How often is this? How often does Harry, leave or is out because of rows and situations with Meghan? Oh dear. Do you know what? I don't know. I think she's had the locks changed a few times. That would be my style as well. I'm kicking you out. You're not coming back in. I'll change the locks on you. So it's quite often actually. There's quite a lot. It's increasing. I think it's definitely increasing. That's what I'll say. It's definitely and she's always pulling stunts as well. Locking him out. That's what I'm getting. Locking him out. So maybe double locking their doors, or I mean, the staff would fear her, so we'll ask about what's going on with the staff around this. So yeah, she's always locking him out, she's locking him out. Do you know what? I don't know what he's doing or where he's going. He's going somewhere after. If he's not running, where's he running to? Oh dear me. Oh dear me. I can see him, like it's not a stretch, it's just leaning over and breathing and breathing and breathing. It's like I don't know what to, it is, he don't know what to do or what. I can't see where he's going. There's something blocking me. Maybe I feel like a male, but he's blocking me. And the reason he's blocking me is because I don't know who he is. And I doubt it's very much James Corden. I think it's somebody that is nothing to do with showbiz. I tell you what he always makes sure he's got now. His mobile phone and his car keys. And his wallet. Now, I see this wallet, right, it's quite thick, but it's not money, It's like all sorts of ID or credit cards or, I don't know whether his car is electric and key fobs, but I do see like a bulging, worn. It's worn as well, this wallet, it's worn. So I feel like it's got stuff in it, maybe like a picture as well. I'm seeing like a picture. This could be of the children. I don't even know if it was, it looks like an x-ray scan to me. So it goes back, it happens, it kicks off, it goes back. What do their staff, how do their staff feel about witnessing Meghan kick off with Harry? What's their viewpoint? Oh, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming, okay? You know, they're toxic together, the devil. She's her own worst enemy, and so is he. You know, they don't, right, nobody resolves things anymore between these two. It has to come to an explosion. And it's always Harry that has to back down, because you're not going to win with Meghan. You know, it's true, when she says something and wants you to do something, you know, you're going to say yes. There is actually no point in having a debate, because she won't have it. Now, as well, it's worse when they get drunk, okay? It's worse when they get drunk. They are getting drunk. I mean, I used to get drunk, and you can, you know, honest to God, like, oh, me and my husband, when we first met, I was just argumentative all the time, you know, and saying things that I really didn't mean. I know they say that you tell the truth in drink, but I was very, very, very spiteful, and until I started to rein myself in, you know. But yeah, I mean, definitely unhealthy, shouldn't be together, and that Meghan is just obsessed with making Harry's life, you know, a misery, basically, you know, putting things on him all the time. It's like I've told you, Harry doesn't really exist anymore until he gets away from her. Can't have two drunks in the same relationship. You can't have two druggies or a druggie and a drunk in a relationship, okay? It will never work out. It's the definition of stupid, where you just do it over and over and over and expect everybody, you know, for them to come clean and do well and still be together. Absolutely not. Chances are, you know, you've only gone into that relationship in the first place because you can get away with stuff, you know, and that your behaviour is tolerable, if that's the word, you know. So, that's it, though, isn't it? You have to, it's jumping at me. Stop asking, stop asking, stop asking. Right? There's no point in, you know, she asks, you're doing it. She asks, you're doing it. If you don't, you get all this, you know. And the staff, absolutely. It's the most unhealthiest place that they've ever had to work before. Now, all celebrities, you know, and marriages, they're all, you know, they all have behind closed doors and things that go on. I mean, some are shocking. Yeah, some are a lot more, actionable than ours. But yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it. They're stuck, aren't they? They're stuck. Mind you, it's good to witness. When I say that, though, I don't mean that. I'm talking like, I mean in years to come, when they can tell us all, you know. Because don't forget, there is children there. They're not anywhere else. They're in that house, and they might have, like, you know, they might be asleep in one of the 16 bathrooms, but, you know, it's still not healthy for that to be going on in the home, well, especially where children are concerned. And the thing is, Meghan won't care whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, bedtime nap, you know, after lunch, sleep, whatever. She won't care when it is. She's going to flip no matter what. Everything's a trigger to her, because she doesn't like the world now. Do you know what? She's in a real good mood for about 5 minutes. I would worry, I'm afraid. I would worry if Meghan was in a happy mode, because it's always about revenge. It's always that smirk on the face. You know, I've got you, you wait, see what's coming to you. You know, that kind of thing. That's what makes her happy. That's what excites her. She's been used to that, you know, because she's got away with it so long. So now, you know, when this happens, a certain part of her brain is sparking off to give the pleasure mode. What's the longest, you know, that Harry has stayed away from home for? And when I say that universe, I know he goes to be better up and all like that, but we're talking like, you know, rowing with Meghan. So what's the longest time he's stayed away, please? Ooh. I don't know what to make of this. Okay, so the world upright to me. What time would it be? 12, 3, 4 and 7. 12, 3, 4 and 7. 4 and 7 sticking out. Could be a week, you know. Yeah, I do feel that more than the 12 and 3. 12 and 3 obviously doesn't make days, does it? You know, so I think between the 4 and the 7, which is what I've seen, picture that as your clock, and to me that's 5 and that's 7. I went straight down there as well, straight down there. So you got between 4, yeah, I'd say between 4 and 7. And I think for work, okay, for work, like between 9 and 12 days, 9 and 12 days. But we'll have a look at the work situation in a moment. So right now, you know, no, do you know what? I'm kind of thinking as well. Yeah, maybe because he went to the funeral, so they're showing me that somebody who passed over. So he was here. Maybe that's the longest, you know, where it's like just between not the work situation, because it was a family matter as well. So you know, I still get between 4 and 7. So I know I said 5, but 4 keeps coming in. Anyway, yeah, so I think the longest time was like when he was at the funeral as well. I think that's the longest time. Now, I did think this because, you know, I know a bit about this. And so the experience that I would expect is in the beginning of a relationship, you would not let them out of your sight. When I say in the beginning, you know, I'm talking about 5, 6 years, and then you wouldn't let them out of your sight. You'd go everywhere with them, apart from when it's to go to work, obviously. But anything else, trips and stuff, she can't not be there, okay? Because she would either flip now between he's cheating on me or to something's happened, okay? So there's no in between with her. That's how she's going to go, you know, you're cheating on me, then her mind would be working overtime, so that's why she needs to go, if he indeed must, because the first thing is you're not going anywhere. And it seems now that she's into the kicking him out phase, punishing him, but, you know, he's becoming used to it as well, so in a way, she doesn't realise that she's acclimatising it. So next time the boy who cried wolf, you know, he won't be pandering on the door. He'll go somewhere for the night, or maybe 3 nights, 4 nights, 7 nights. And so then she loses control. So it's like when he's not cheating, there's something happened to him, you know. She'll be going through all these pangs of what we say guilt, okay? It is guilt. If you feel guilty and panicked, okay, it is a real thing. But she would be feeling guilty, negative, in a way, not in control. And now all of a sudden it flips from he's cheating to something's happened. The more he doesn't answer that phone, the worse it gets. You know, she'd be checking on him. If he stayed at any hotel, she would be ringing them. If he stayed at friends previously, she would be ringing them. She doesn't stop, even when she's calmed down. You think that woman goes to bed after a row and locking him out the house and not wanting him begging her all night? And then when he's not, you know, she can't deal with wondering where he is. She can't cope with it. That's why I was so surprised to learn that, you know, he's spending weeks and weeks away. So maybe that's why, because that's the other thing as well. Where with better up or doing anything, let's just ask, how does Meghan feel when Harry travels to work and they should all shift? How does she feel? Yeah, because she's agreed it, okay? She's given her permission. She knows where he's staying. She knows who he's meeting with. You know, they're on the phone all the time. I've told you that. You know, And so she knows that it's committed, so that these plans are already made, and so it has to happen. So, you know, see there where they're in agreement and they're all loved up. Yeah, she will be loving him when he goes away to work. She will be, but she's also as well, you know, it's that's just to keep a handle on him, you know, so that he doesn't stray, doesn't look at somebody, doesn't even talk to somebody. So she would be, you know, on that. I think increasingly we have seen her travel with him quite a lot and be leaving the children. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, all this is, she feels better for it, okay? She feels better for it. It's here where the personal arguments are, you know, the storming off her, closing doors, changing the locks, locking him out, you know, grabbing his phone, grabbing his keys, you know, you'll walk out of here with nothing. And that's what, you know, that's what happens. So, yeah, so she does feel better about it because it's organised. And as well, the last thing I was going to say is it's all about the money, isn't it? So she'll send him out to earn the money. And that's why she feels better, because she's going to benefit along with that, you know, for some reason, well, no, it is for the reason she can control him, that they're in love while he's there. You know, it's as if Harry says to himself, why can't she be just like this at home? You know, well, you know what she's doing. She's not going to let you out of sight, you know, because he is at risk of cheating. I mean, let's face it. All right, he's not that bad looking, you know, he's got a tight auto, and he's got a horrible, bitchy, vindictive, spiteful wife, you know, who treats him just as terribly, Marianne, as she does the rest of the world. I mean, she's just hung him out to dry, calling him a thicko about that bloody, what was it, citizens test. Bollocks, absolute bollocks. It's not true. It is absolutely not true. Study. Do you know what? Into her words, always, like, so she studied for it. Not that she was going to do it, not that she actually did do it, but she studied. Well, that can just be reading on Google, you know, on a phone. That's what it's tantamount to, you know. What is it? Example citizen test. Anybody can do that, my darling. And it's on the phone, so you just talk, you know, well, do you know this one, Harry? Do you know this one? I bet that wasn't even true. But that wasn't even true. So does he spend periods of weight? Yes, I think they're increasing. They're both so like they're at that point now where it's, you know, it's risky for them both in a relationship wise. What I mean by that is, you know, you need to decide when enough is enough, and either you know, try and resolve things and be calmer and deal with things in a different way. Or this could well be, you know, a relationship that ends sooner than she thinks. I mean, you know, we all thought it was Meghan that was going to be ending it. But I tell you now, you know, it's like, I know, you have to be good to your husband. Otherwise, you know, if someone else is nicer to him, you know, does better Yorkshire puddings, oh, it could sell me down the river. But anyway, yeah, she should bear that in mind, that, you know, eventually Harry is going to come into contact with women, strong women, but who are also very caring, nurturing as well. So, Meghan, the shelf life on you as things stand, if you don't change, what's the shelf life, please, for these two? So we're getting one, and the Magician. So I would get, like, looking at number one for the next year, I suppose, a year maybe, because you're getting one and you're getting a major arcana, so it's not 10. So you've got 12 months here, and I think we would be surprised. I think we would be surprised. Don't know why. I'm thinking of somebody's watch here. Somebody's watch. Oh, and a cross, like a... Yeah, a cross. They can fix it. I think that's what it's saying. You know, they have all the tools at their disposal. Mainly, you know, a brain, a set of ears, and a mouth. And they have all that to make this a success. So, but Meghan's just off the boil lately, you know, and she's getting worse and worse. And this PR stuff, everything she says and does, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. But still, it might be worse, guys, but it's not over. It's definitely not over. So, you know, I think January as well will be something to look to with these two also announcing something. Okay, so I see there's lots of personal stuff there. That's the problem. It's not the going away for work. You know, she's more lovey-dovey when he's away, trying to keep him interested in her. I think she's taken advantage. No, she's taking him for granted, because Harry could actually, you know, do a U-turn like 0 to 60 and blows all out of the water, you know, if he said, right, that's it for me. So I think they've got, you know, things. Oh, you'll hear as well, oh, what's this bollocks? So apparently we're going to hear about how they've had to go through therapy, marriage counselling, you know, to find how healthy it is. So you probably get another archetype or something coming up with, you know, how your marriage is in with celebs. Well, now that would be... I'm not saying I'd be interested, but it's a valid point, isn't it, to discuss. And it is an archetype, a stereotype that, you know, all these, because you got this money and fame and all this lot, you know, oh, she'll find the hidden pressure and the displeasure and the negativity and the fake stories, you know. Oh, she's, you know, I think that one could be coming up, certainly. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I've enjoyed that. I hope you have, and I'll be back soon with another reading. Oh, by the way, guys, I have to say thank you in hundreds, okay, hundreds of you for sending me your comments. I will admit I've only been reading a few of them at their time, because I get quite emotional about it at the moment. You know, I can feel like, I don't know, I just feel like a bit more levelled, but it's coming and going. So don't think I haven't been reading them or responding. There was lots and lots, and I thank you very much for that. I just think you're all amazing, and thank you. Some of the tips you've given me, some of you know, your experiences you've shared. It's just amazing, and thank you. Okay. Right then, guys, I'll be back again tomorrow, and bye now. Bye-bye.